The reason why Islam brings us so much peace is because there's such an emphasis on being present. Before I even got into religion, it is a common practice in psychology that presence brings peace. Because things like being anxious, being afraid, those are qualities that happen because we are so worried about the future. We're living in the future. We're over concerned about the future. Things like sadness, anger, depression, grief, those are because we're living in the past. We're thinking so much about the past. We're living in the past. But as soon as you start living in the now, all of a sudden you're more grounded, you're more stable, you have more peace. And Islam encourages this so much just by the mere fact that we're being called to pray 5 times a day. And in those prayers, you have to be present. If you're not present, then you cannot connect to Allah. It's actually told that if you're distracted, your prayers, you don't feel the sweetness of the prayers because you're not actually there, you're not present. You're forced to actually connect to Allah in the now. So all your stresses, all your worries, all the things in the future, all the things in the past, they get washed away. Because it said when you're prostrated, all of those things should just fall off your shoulders. That's Islam. 5 times a day. Whether we want to pray or not. 5 times a day. And in fact, I think that was my reason number 1 why I love Islam so much. The discipline of it. Even when you're feeling stressed, even when you're sad, upset, even when you're overthinking, even when you're anxious, even when you're impatient, you pray and you get that peace because you force yourself into the present and you remind yourself through your prayers that every single thing that's happening in this moment, in this now, in this today, is a benefit to you. It's a blessing because there's wisdom in every single thing that happens. Every single situation Allah brings you to is a blessing. And you're reminded of that when you connect to the source, you connect to our Creator, you connect to Allah, you connect to God, the Almighty.